Welcome to Mishna study with Masechet Demai Perek Zayin Mishna Gimel. Over here, we're going to speak about a person who's working, an employee who's working by his employer, by his boss, and he doesn't trust him by the laws of Ma'asrot. So what does he do? He has Demai over here. He wants to eat. He's in the field. He's working. He was served lunch. How does he go about? Right? He needs to separate Demai. Who does he separate it from? Does he separate it from his portion? Right, when he's giving it now, right? He's taking it from his portion of lunch, or is he allowed to take a little bit extra and give it from his boss's, his employer's portion of what he was giving him? פועל שאינו מאמינו לבעל הבית, נוטל גרוגרת אחת, ואומר, זו ותשע הבאות אחריה, עשויות מעשר על 90 שאני אוכל. וזו עשוית תרומת מעשר עליהן, ומעשר שני באחרונות ומחולל על מעות, וחוסך כרוגרת אחת. רבן שמעון בן גמליאל אומר, לא יחסוך, מפני שהוא ממעט מלאכתו של בעל הבית. ויוסי אומר, לא יחסוך, מפני שהוא תנאי בית דין. So first of all, I just want to point out that the Pirusha Mishnah over here is missing. I just didn't see it online. It could be that maybe some of the older translations it was missing there. I would have to look, but it's more elaborate if you look in a Kapach or the this over here Machona Maor. So there's different translations. I'm going to explain Harambam based off of this. I would just point out over here that Harambam is unique in this Perush, right? It's not the same as everyone else. And let me go and explain. Oh, I have the wrong slide here, so I'm going to go previously to the slide. I'll explain off the slide. So if you have an employee, he doesn't trust the owner. He doesn't trust his boss when it comes to ma'asrot. He's working in the field. He saves one girogeret, right? He saves one, grain, and he takes one grain. He says, this one and the 9 that come after it are going to be ma'aser, right? So now he has 9 plus 1, 10, right? 10 over out of 100, that's 10%, perfect. Vizo, the one he's holding, is going to be Trumat Ma'aser over the other 9. Great. Ma'aser Sheni is at the end, and it's going to be redeemed on coins, right? So you could eat those. Now, the only problem he has is this one that he separated as Trumat Ma'aser. What does he do with this one? So, Tanakama says, Hosech Gerogeret Achat. Rambam says Hosech, meaning he saves it and he gives it to the Kohen. He takes this one and he gives it to the Kohen. Now, right, Bartuna, by the way, explains very differently over here. So that's why according to Rambam, he says Hosech, meaning he saves it, right? He saves it. He right? He lowers it by 1. He takes away 1 and he gives it to the Kohen. Rabban Shimon ben Gamliel says Lo yachsoch. No, don't do this. Why? You're taking away from the melacha. Rambam explains melacha is the mammon, the money of the Baal Habayit. How do you know melacha means mammon? So he quotes a pasuk. Right, so by Yaakov. Right, so you see the melacha over here is the income. So you're taking away from the income of the Baal Habayit. You can't go ahead and do that. So therefore, what does Rabban Shimon ben Gamliel say? He says, no, it needs to come from his own portion. He can't take this one and give it away. And Rabbi Yosef comes and he argues on Rabban Shimon ben Gamliel. Says, no, lo yachsoch. Right? Lo yachsoch. Over here, impineshu t'nai betin. So what is Rabbi Yosef? Rabbi Yosef comes and says it's a T'nai Bedin that you can't take away Terumat Ma'aser of Demai unless it's from the Baal Habayit. The T'nai is Bedin. The only Lo Yasoch, right? The only time you actually take away is when it's from the Baal Habayit. How do we know? Because that's a T'nai Betin. That's a condition of Betin. The condition of Betin is that anytime you separate Terumat Ma'aser of a homeowner, of the employee, of the employer, you have to take it away. It comes out of the portion of the employer. And Ma'aser Sheni, but when you're separating Ma'aser Sheni, that comes out of the employee, right? That's why the Reisha and the Mishnah that everyone argued Maaser Sheni is at the end, and Mechud al Ma'ot, that's his own thing. Now, according to this, Rabbi Yosef is not arguing on Tanakama, right? Rabbi Yosef, agrees with Tanakama. That's what Rambam says over here. He's just arguing on Rabban Shimon ben Gamliel, but he agrees with Tanakama, and he's just explaining the reasoning of Tanakama, why Tanakama said that he's able to give it to a Kohen. Why? Because it's a condition of Bet Din, and halacha is not like Rabban Shimon ben Gamliel, rather like Tanakama, and the way Rabbi Yosef explains his words.